Welcome to Build Your Difference, a podcast designed to help visionary people like you build distinguished brands that inspire and engage a growing audience. Hello, I'm Jim Dennison. We're glad to have you with us for our August edition of our Build Your Difference podcast. We look forward to sharing inspiring and compelling stories of Blue Artist clients with you.
And I'm Desiree Moody. We'll also offer educational resources to help you build a better business and brand. Each podcast includes 3 segments: Client and Blue Artist News, a feature story, and a segment with one of our producers. The topic for this month is book publishing. The publishing landscape has changed dramatically and all but obliterated the previous barriers to entry. Our client news segment features 2 authors working diligently to get the word out about their own books. Author Wanda Carr recently released her second book, Building an Empire on Little or Nothing. Individuals who feel faint at heart and are looking for practical, easy-to-follow financial advice coupled with personal anecdotes will find precisely that within the pages of this new release. A book launch and signing event will take place on August 5th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Oakwood School Upper School in Greenville, North Carolina. Building an Empire on Little or Nothing takes commonplace, often hard-to-follow money advice and turns it on its head. Instead of focusing on keeping up with the Joneses, readers can explore how to first be better stewards of the money they already have. They can take stock of and celebrate what makes them uniquely rich, turning the age-old money game into one they'll actually want to play. From the insightful analysis on today's money landscape to exercises that help readers find extra money from unexpected sources, Building an Empire on Little or Nothing provides those who are struggling with finances solutions to find the perfect balance. Carr is also the author of Ride Out the Storm and the owner of Helping Hands Consultant, a consulting firm located in Greenville, North Carolina, specializing in tax preparation, accounting, and mentoring and coaching services. Building an Empire on Little or Nothing is available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and Carr's website, WandaCarr.com.
Thanks, Desiree. Building an Empire on Little or Nothing certainly sounds like an uplifting read that many of our listeners could benefit from. Next, we have an update on Madam J. Hairston and her poetry collection. Readers who enjoyed the 50 Shades trilogy will find new indulgences within the pages of Project Provocateur, a collection of sensual poems from various poets and writers who enjoy expressing their sensuality and experiences through poetry. The poets and other contributors believe love comes in many shapes and forms, Hairston said. Project Provocateur was written as a way to express shared experiences and various stories. Project Provocateur is a highly entertaining read with over 40 poems in which impassioned readers can indulge and enjoy alone, with friends, or even as part of a book club. Project Provocateur is available through Madam Hairston's website, projectprovocateurcollective.com. Paperback and digital versions are also available on Amazon.com, where Kindle Unlimited users can download the poetry collection free with their subscription.
What a fascinating collection by Madam Hairston. I love hearing about projects where our clients collaborate with like-minded individuals. Next up, I have an exciting announcement to make. Blue Artists would like to announce unlimited design revisions for premium and elite members starting this month. This will add a lot of value for our members in the higher tiers. For information about this new benefit or any of our membership plans and services, visit www.blue-artists.com or find us on Facebook at Blue Artists, LLC.
Thank you, Desiree. We hope our premium and elite members take advantage of this new benefit. And if design is a large part of your brand strategy, members at our lower levels might consider upgrading to take advantage of this opportunity. As always, we value your feedback. If you have questions or comments about our services, please email producers@blue-artists.com.
Let's move along with this month's feature segment and talk about book publishing. Writing and publishing a book is one of the fastest ways to establish authority in any niche. As I mentioned earlier, the publishing industry is ever changing, and it's actually becoming much easier to publish a book than ever before. We came across a short article on the Muse that I'd like to share. In The Secrets of Publishing, Expert Advice for Getting Your Book on the Shelves, book publicist Laura Rossi Totten creates an actionable list based on advice from other book experts and publishing insiders.
The Secrets of Publishing, Expert Advice for Getting Your Books on the Shelves. Books are the new blogs. If you want to write a book and get it published, you're not alone. Sarah Bryden Brown, co-founder of Go Mighty, a popular site where people make life lists, recently explained, "Of all the goals on the site, and there are 21,000 so far, writing and publishing a book is in the top 5. There are goals for flip books and cookbooks and self-help books and everything in between." I've been in the book publishing industry for almost 23 years. Straight out of college, I sprinted to New York City, and my first in-house job was in book publicity at Viking Penguin, now the giant behemoth publisher Penguin Random House. In 2 decades, my office has changed, and my authors and bosses have come and gone. But one thing has stayed the same: writers asking the question, how do I get my book published? As a book publicist for bestsellers and first-timers, not only have I picked up a lot of secrets along the way, I've helped more than one writer land a big book deal. Recently, I reached out to a powerful team of book experts and publishing insiders, including published authors, marketers, and publicity gurus, to give you, writers, bloggers, and journalists, a must-have, accurate, and actionable list to get your book published. Here's a roundup of their absolute best advice. Number 1. Write, write, write. From Gina Barreca, author of They Used to Call Me Snow White, But I Drifted. My most sincere advice to anyone starting out is to develop a successful history of publication. If this means writing for local newspapers, for magazines, for alumni publications, whatever, in order to show both style and content, as well as to indicate that you can produce a body of work on deadline. Most folks in publishing are not as interested in an idea as they are in a finished body of work. The words on the page are what will matter, not the concept behind it. Number 2, tell your story. From Laura Zigman, author of Animal Husbandry and PR editorial lead for Happier Inc. Write the best book you can. Tell the most truthful, the most heartfelt, the most important story you can tell. Then, don't take no for an answer, by which I mean, if you can't find an agent or publisher, publish it yourself. Number 3, make a favorites list. From Gretchen Koss, co-founder, president, and director of Tandem Literary Publicity and Marketing. Who do you love? Who do you read? Put together the strongest proposal you can and send it off to the agents who represent the authors you most admire. And don't give up. Just because it's not right for one agent doesn't mean it's not right for another. And don't forget to research submission guidelines for each agent. They're not all alike, and you don't want to risk having your proposal ignored because it wasn't submitted the way a particular agent wants it packaged or presented. Number 4, do your homework. From Valerie Peterson, writer, former publishing house pro, author of 4 cookbooks. In order to get the attention of a traditional publisher, and before that, a literary agent, your platform is at least as important as your writing skills. Of course, TV shows, radio shows, and owning a successful business are all platforms. But if you don't have those, for nonfiction, you should have some evidence that you're an expert in your subject area. For fiction, a track record, writing programs, awards, etc., and literary connections are helpful. Writing quality is important, of course, but can you get quotes from established writers? Do you have PR contacts you can leverage? Do you have a successful blog? Also, research, research, research. You should know your market, Know your competition. Know what books are out there that can be compared to yours. Everyone, from your agent to the book publisher's reps who sell your book to the staff at the bookstores, will need to know this information. Don't make them guess. It'll take time and energy away from them when they could be putting the book in the correct hands. Number 5. Wallflowers need not apply. From Megan Walker, President of Marketing for Tandem Literary Publicity and Marketing. Whether you have a book now or want to have a future book out there, it's not time to be shy. You'll need to call on the support of all of your contacts, both before and when your book goes out into the world. Start early. Think of concrete ways colleagues and friends can help you. Begin thinking now about ways to mobilize support. Build wish lists of outlets, print, broadcast, and online, where you'd love to see your book covered, as well as any organizations or associations where you might hope for promotion. If approaching each on your own seems daunting, or if you're unsure whether you'll have sufficient help provided to you by a publisher, consider hiring an outside publicity and marketing firm. Don't wait for things to happen. Make things happen. And number 6, play the lead, not the understudy. From Laura Rossi Totten, book publishing professional, publicity guru, author. We've all heard the cliche, dress for success, right? My advice is to live like an author. It's a recipe for success made up of equal parts visualization, laws of attraction, and if I write it, they will publish it. Write your bio, take some selfies, promote your achievements, and if you can afford it, hire a publicist. Treat yourself like the star author you want to be. In my opinion, many writers and bloggers can make the leap to a signed book contract by publicizing their writing, brand, and platform long before they submit a book proposal. In fact, my 2 greatest success stories center around bloggers who hired me to publicize their blogs and writing. We made what they were doing news today, and that fact, along with some PR magic and a little luck, made the rest fall into place. See you on the bestsellers list.
Wow. There is a ton of great advice in that article. If you've been thinking about writing a book, these are all important notions to consider as you embark on the publishing process.
Thank you, Desiree. The Blue Artist team offers several book publishing and book development services. If you're already working on a manuscript, we can assist with development, proofreading and editing, cover art and illustrations, promotion and sales of manuscripts from 40 to 400 pages. Perhaps you're not sure that you can put all of your ideas into words. With our book development service, you'll work with a producer and consultant to develop your entire manuscript. Learn more about our book publishing services at www.blue-artists.com.
Let's explore the second option a little further. We recently received an email from Samuel, who has a fantastic story to tell and wants to publish a book, but he has some concerns. Samuel asks, what are my options for publishing a book if I'm not really a quote-unquote writer? To answer this question, let's welcome Blue Artist producer Pierre Walters to the show.
Thank you, Jim and Desiree. Sam, thanks so much for writing into the show. This is really a great question because there's a lot of us out there who want to be able to publish a book but are not writers, or maybe we are writers but we just don't have time in our day-to-day schedule to sit down and find the time to write a whole book. Now, first things first, I will say this. There's always time for whatever it is that you prioritize. So if you want to become an author, you can make the time to do it. It's as little as 1 page a day. And that 1 page can take as little as, 45 minutes to an hour. So plug out, 45 minutes to an hour before you head out to work or before you go to bed at night and start writing your book. Now, that said, I can tell you, it's really hard for me to find 45 minutes to an hour in my time to be able to carve out, to dedicate to writing a book. So I do appreciate options for those of us who have a great idea, but need some help fleshing it out and need some help writing it so that it can get done and not just rely on our own willpower and our own ability to schedule time in our day to make it happen. So, that said, Blue Artist has a lot of great options. Now, first, Blue Artist offers publishing. Now, the publishing service that we offer is for once your manuscript has already been written. Once it's written and it's copywritten and you're ready to send it out to a copy editor and get that thing edited and formatted and published, then our publishing services are going to be really fantastic. But for those of us like Sam who want help actually writing our book, Blue Artist offers a fantastic service called Total Book Development. Total Book Development is just a wonderful service because it provides a step-by-step process by which anyone can become a published author. What we'll do is we first start with a comprehensive outline of what we want the manuscript to look and feel like. So we'll conduct an interview with you to determine what it is that you want to have in your manuscript. What is the point of the book? We'll use that old school method, PREP or PREP. So that stands for make your point, then provide reasons for your point, then provide examples for your point, and then reiterate your point. So once we have a clear idea of what the purpose of the book is and what the outline of the book will be, then we'll conduct a series of interviews, a series of very thorough interviews. And the Total Book Development package starts with 6 hours of interviews, so you don't have to feel rushed. So together, over the course of 6 hours, we'll talk through the entire book. We want to make sure that we get everything out of your head. And once that interview process is complete, then at that point, we'll provide a transcript so that you can review the interview as well as listen to the interview and determine if there are any pieces of that interview that you don't want to see in that final manuscript, or if there are any pieces of that interview that you don't want to be considered when that interview and transcript is sent to our ghostwriter. So once you've had a chance to review the interview and transcript, then at that point, it goes to our ghostwriting team. And our ghostwriting team will, with the power of the interview, with the power of the transcript, and with the power of the outline that we initially created, our ghostwriting team will have enough information to be able to write the manuscript that you envision. And once they've completed that first draft, you'll have an opportunity to read it, to review it, and to provide your feedback. In fact, you'll have up to 3 drafts to make sure that that manuscript is just right prior to it going to publishing. Now, once the manuscript is just right and you're happy with it, then we send it off to publishing, which is where the copy editing process begins. Once we get through copy editing, then it goes through formatting, then it goes through quality control, and then we're talking about distribution. So that Total Book Development service is a fantastic option. It is available to all members and to anyone who wants to head over to blue-artist.com and click on services, then click on publishing. You'll be able to review our Total Book Development service, and hopefully you'll like what you see. So Sam, if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a published author, but you don't have time in your daily schedule to fit in that critical time to write your manuscript, we're here to help. And what's beautiful is as part of your existing Blue Artist Plus membership, this is going to be accessible to you at very minimal cost. So I'm really excited about this, and I hope that you'll take the time to head over to our website and just take a look at the service and see if it meets your needs. All right. Well, with that said, thanks so much for writing in, and I'm so excited about our publishing options. And Sam, I can't wait to work with you.
Thank you for sharing your expertise, Pierre. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. I'm sure your guidance has been quite helpful for Samuel and our listeners. If you have a question for one of our producers or a suggestion for a podcast theme, we welcome you to submit them to us via email at producers@blue-artists.com. With that, we'll bring our August edition of Build Your Difference to a close. Remember that each podcast is available 24/7 on our website at www.community.blue-artists.com. Our clients are notified when new podcasts are available, but anyone is welcome to listen as we help build your difference. Please join us next month as we continue to offer inspiration and expertise to build distinguished brands that inspire and engage your growing audience.
You are building an incredible brand. We're grateful to be your creative agency. Until next time, keep growing, keep striving, and keep building your difference.